plate. That cutter in, you know, coming from a lefty, it looks like that fastball, that four-seamer in, and it just continues to barrel in on your hand. So that pitch right there will open up the other side of the plate for Nestor's changeup and the backdoor cutter as well.
One and two. Let's check out stats with Lowe's. ERA 2.77 since last year, third in the American League. Opponent's batting average against, or OBP against, 270, which is 6th. Strikeout percentage, 11th. So he's dealing with the elite pitchers. And you look at him and you go, wow, this guy was picked in 30-some-odd round. And here he is, he's starting in the Yankee rotation. The Yankees, obviously, their goal is to win a World Series, and they feel comfortable with this guy there.
I mean, he gives you so many different options as well. He's also a guy, too, that if you need him to pick up some innings in the bullpen, he can do that also. So he's a Swiss Army knife, so to speak, on the mound.
2 and 2.
And you can see early right here, he's still trying to find his tempo, find his rhythm.
Two. Swing and a miss. Got him. Got him with the cutter. Two-way.
And there was that backdoor cutter we talked about. When you're pounding those righties in as a lefty, it automatically opens up the other side of the plate. And it gets those guys thinking about where you're going to go. And you can see it right there. That backdoor cutter to those righties will be big finisher for Nestor today.
Here is Ryan McKenna. 1-0. Two and 0. Just underway here in Baltimore. The Yankees don't score in the top of the first. Orioles threatening against Cortez here in the bottom of the first. There's a strike. The thing you like about Cortez, he's down 2-0. He's not going to give in. He's not just going to fire one down the middle. He still hits corners, changes speeds, because that's what he does.
And that's that confidence that he spoke about. He knows what he wants to do, and he knows what he has.
2-1. There's a strike. 2-2. Pitch innings so far for the Yankee left-hander. Grounded to third. Gobbled up by Donaldson. Fires across to get McKenna as Cortez works into and out of trouble. No runs a hit. 2 men left on base. We're going to the second inning in Baltimore. It's 0-0. Yankees Baseball on Yes is brought to you in part by FanDuel Sportsbook. Think every moment more. By Cadillac, gravitate to greatness and visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today. And by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. The Inner Harbor here in Baltimore. Water is a bit chilly today as the hail seems to have brought in some colder temperatures on this Easter Sunday. Crowd not as big as the previous 2 days, but still a nice gathering for the Yankees against the Orioles. DJ LeMahieu is going to start it off. It'll be LeMahieu, Torres, and Higashioka against Zimmerman. LeMahieu playing first today. Rizzo, a day off against the left-hander. Also, Aaron Boone said a little banged up. He's been hit by pitches a lot lately. So good to give him a day, and tomorrow being a day off, that's 2 days in a row for Rizzo.
Give him a break from that lefty-lefty matchup as well, even though Anthony handles lefties pretty decently.
Sky to right field, Mancini on the run. He's going to watch it go over his head and up against the wall. And with the short wall and Mancini fielding quickly, LeMahieu stops with a leadoff single.
DJ LeMahieu doing what he does best. Fastball away, down, and again, he does such a good job of trusting his hands and letting the ball travel and driving the ball the other way. Not just hitting it the other way, but driving the ball. Look at that, palm up, palm down, hitting against a firm front side. That's a beautiful swing by DJ. Eyes down at contact. Love watching him hit. Love watching him work.
Here's Torres. Yesterday, Gleyber put up an 0 for 5. And on Friday, he was 0 for 3 with a walk. He's always done very well against the Orioles, but an 0 for 8 so far in this series.
Again, no excuse for Gleyber, but this is different. This is a different role for him right now. You know, he's used to playing every day, getting opportunities every day, but as we know, this Yankees lineup this roster's pretty deep with guys who are used to being starters, so this is an adjustment for a lot of these guys not playing every single day and getting that rhythm.
Tries the bunt. 0-1.
And right there, that's a prime example of that. Guys trying to find a rhythm, trying to see something fall, just want to see something hit grass for a hit. And you can see Gleyber, you don't see him square around the bunt too much, but the little things that tell you all you need to know sometimes.
Yeah, he was trying to push bunt. The whole right side of the infield is open. And as Cam's saying, you know, he's struggling right now. He wants a base hit. 3 infielders on the left side. Early going, Torres hitting 179. High pop-up. Going to be tough on this day. Owings makes the call on the catch. Well, let's look at the game time weather presented by Bigelow, the official hot tea of the Yankees. It's 52 degrees. Chance of rain is slight. Humidity 36%. The wind is out of the northwest at 16 miles per hour.
And today will definitely be one of those days for the Yankees hitters to see if they can stay diligent with their approach in the middle of the field. With Zimmerman's changeup being as good as it is, I think it's going to be another one of those days where they have to be comfortable with passing the baton and just getting base hits today. Manufacturing runs the small ball way, so to speak.
0-1. Now Higashioka wants to get on track. He has 2 hits in 21 at-bats. He had 7 home runs in spring training, but doesn't have any yet in the regular season. And he has to take note that every time Jose Trevino has played, he's played very, very well. Another good outing for Trevino last night. And you wonder, as time was called, if this wasn't a day game after a night game, would Trevino have been in the lineup for 2 straight games to try to get the most out of him? But it just works out that you don't like a catcher to catch a day game after a night game.
Not to mention, you know, the 45-minute delay we had, that could be tough on you as well. But you're right. I mean, Trevino's providing a spark that the Yankees desperately needed at the bottom of the order right now. I mean,
and also, Cameron, the Yankees are all about the defense, and Trevino is an outstanding defender, so they're getting what they want out of him behind the plate, too.
I mean, he's been more than exceptional. You know, we know what kind of pitch framer he is. His energy, I love his mannerisms behind the plate, giving guys certain targets, really giving them good visuals to focus on when they're out there on the mound. So again, his energy is unmatched. It's definitely one that's, you know, is definitely charismatic and infectious.
As Higashioka goes down on strikes. And Meredith, you spoke to Trevino after the game, right?
One thing I found interesting, if you remember early in the game, Tyone was 3-0 on Mullins, and Mullins wound up hitting a home run, and Trevino was asked about that pitch in particular afterwards, and he said, I take responsibility for that. That was my fault. I should have done something different and been more clear, potentially walk him, attack the next batter on deck. And Tyone was asked what it means for a catcher to do that for him, to say, hey, that home run was my fault, despite Tyone throwing the pitch. And he said, it's amazing how much we were on the same page, considering he only caught me once in spring training. It just seemed like he was a step ahead of everything, felt comfortable with him. They had a good rapport. They worked well together, and meant an awful lot to Tyone that he would try to take responsibility. Now, Tyone himself took responsibility as well. He's the one that threw the pitch. But it was interesting, the camaraderie there, and the fact that they felt so comfortable together, considering they had not worked a lot.
Yeah, it was an acquisition toward the end of spring training, so he didn't really get to know the pitchers. It's a work in progress, but he's a naturally good defensive catcher.
No doubt about it, and guys have enjoyed throwing to him. And one thing he said, I always need to make sure, first and foremost, I know my pitchers, I take care of my pitchers. Obviously, he'd like to do something offensively, but he is certainly defense first minded.
Talked about something, that camaraderie, Meredith, that I really love hearing about, really love having in the locker room. You know, you can go out and put together whatever type of lineup and roster you want with the biggest names in the world, but if the chemistry and camaraderie isn't there, then you're not going to go anywhere. So him wanting to take responsibility for that homer definitely says a lot.
And I remember talking to the guy at the plate right now, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, when they first acquired Trevino. Clearly they played together in Texas, and the first thing he said is, man, he will go to bat for anybody in the clubhouse, pitchers in particular.
3-1. And Kiner-Falefa works a 2-out walk. Yankees have runners on first and second, and here's Tim LeCastro.
It's one of the first things I looked at when I walked through that clubhouse. One thing that I was really trying to feel was get a feel of how the chemistry is in that clubhouse, and how are guys vibing with each other. And one thing that I really liked from the first impression was, this is a good group of guys. This is a good group of personalities that I really think can mesh together over a course of a season and do some special things if they just stay at it and stay diligent.
Castro takes low. 1-0. We mentioned LeCastro called up after the game last night, replacing J.P. Sears, as the Yankees go with one fewer reliever in the bullpen. Driven deep to left field, but that's going to hook foul. Now, before he got hurt last year attempting to make a catch in Yankee Stadium down the left field line, tore his knee up. He was considered one of the fastest players in baseball, and in spring training it looked like he hadn't lost a step.
Yeah, he looked like he did a really good job rehabbing himself back to health. Again, he's always a guy that I've enjoyed watching when he's on the field because, he definitely brings some speed and excitement to the game. He's a guy, like I said, when he's on base, he definitely makes the pitchers nervous.
Well, here's the injury that he suffered. It's against the Red Sox, going all out, then hitting that wall and really tearing up that right knee. There's a strike. 1-2. Best in the major league, sprint speed of 30.7 feet per second.
I mean, that's saying something because we've got some guys in this league that can really go. I mean, Shohei Ohtani, he flies. Mondesi, D. Gordon, there's some guys, Billy Hamilton, some guys that fly. Mike Trout.
Chop the third. And the play is made by Gutierrez to Mountcastle, and that'll do it. No runs a hit, no errors in. 2 men left on base. We're going to go to the bottom of the second. We go around the majors for today's injury report, brought to you by Montefiore, state-of-the-art healthcare in New York City, Westchester, and the Hudson Valley. A sigh of relief in Minnesota. Byron Buxton, an MRI revealed no structural damage on his right knee. He's hurt all the time. He's so talented. Ronald Acuna Jr. played an extended spring training game on Friday, coming back from an ACL tear. And Javier Baez placed on the 10-day IL, right thumb soreness. So Yankees catch a little bit of a break as they're going to Detroit, and they will not have to face Baez for those 3 games.
I know the Braves are excited about getting Ronald Acuna Jr. back soon. I mean, what they were able to do in the World Series without him was pretty impressive.
Chirinos takes a pitch high from Cortez. What a pleasant surprise today, Cameron. Come up to the booth and Meredith had gotten us Easter candy.
It was. That was very, very nice of Meredith. I love hot tamales, and she couldn't find the hot tamales, but Mike and Ike's will do. I love my Mike and Ike's.
Now, let's see what Brandon Hyde is talking about. I guess they said that was a foul ball. Yeah, because it looked like he held up. But the home plate umpire, Corey Blazer, said foul ball. One more look at that Foul ball. Just nicked the bat.
Yeah, like it might have just got it. Steadied out of cutters in. Let's see what Nestor wants to go with here. Change up away, backdoor cutter. Four-seamer away, couple options right here. And right there, Nestor has so much confidence. Like, you know, right there, he tried to go with the backdoor slider. You know, he just gives you so many different looks, and it's tough. He's a guy that you really have to pick a pitch and sell out on it. I mean, right there, hadn't seen a slider the whole at bat, tried to go backdoor with it.
Swing and a miss. Another cutter. Chirino's down on strikes. Third strikeout for Cortez.
Nestor just, I mean, he's got a good feel. Tried to go backdoor with the pitch before and came back with that cutter on the outside, backdoor cutter. Great pitch. I mean, as a hitter, that ball looks so far off the plate, and it just so late you see it coming back, and there's not much you can do with that, but try to foul it off and get another pitch. Great spot by Nestor.
Owings takes outside. Also, another pleasant surprise on this Easter Sunday, seeing Cameron arrive at the ballpark sporting a purple sport coat. But beyond that, first sport coat ever I've seen with a hood, an attachable hood. Detachable, I guess.
You got to make your own way, you know. We're going to Detroit. You got to be ready for Detroit, Baltimore weather. You never know what you're going to get, man. I'm prepared.
Wow.
Always.
I'm impressed.
I'll get you one of those too. I'm looking for a suit sponsor, just so you know. But, I love looking good, but I'm gonna do my best to get you one of these and some lubes.
I could really rock that. Yeah. And Owings down looking.
Nestor getting the veteran Chris Owings. Another backdoor breaking ball right there. I mean, Higgy really didn't even have to move the mid. Owens didn't like it, but I think that pitch just got the corner. And when you're around a zone like Nestor, you're pounding the zone with strikes, you're getting ahead with strike one, you tend to get the benefit of the doubt on those close pitches from the umpire. So
here's Gutierrez. And a strike.
Hitting is all about timing, and one thing that Nestor really does is he really does a good job of throwing off the hitter's timing. As a hitter, you want to walk up there, get in the box, dig in, feel comfortable, and Nestor never really lets you get there.
Strike three. How about Cortez? He strikes out the side. He has 5 strikeouts in 2 innings of work. Let's move to the third. 0-0. It's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. And today's picture was submitted by Amy. She and her daughter Gianna are rooting for a Yankees win against the Orioles. Look how happy Gianna is before the game even. She must be thrilled after the three strikeouts.
She's feeling good. Sun is out today. Nestor's out here dealing.
Well, use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Post your picture to social media to reflect your love for the Yankees, and we might spotlight you in a future game. Got the ears ready, all set. Aaron Hicks will start it off.
Flew out first at bat on a bullet to center field. The wind knocked down, so we'll see what Aaron can do second time up.
There's a strike. This was happening in the first inning when Hicks really hit this ball well.
I mean, he hit that ball good. Like I said, 104 miles per hour off the bat, 27-degree launch angle. Usually is a 980 batting average around the league, but McKenna, that's what he does well. He's known for his defense. He's a defensive specialist considered, and you saw him right there fighting to win and stand with that to make an outstanding play to lead this game off.
One, two. Grounded it short. Mateo. Throw is high. And Mountcastle comes off the bag as Hicks will reach.
And there's that Zimmerman changeup. He's getting guys a little out front with it, but outstanding job. Aaron Hicks not feeling sorry for himself, busting his butt up the line and making a tough play for Mateo, and that's what Yankees need right there. Look at Aaron Hicks putting his head down, getting up the line good, looking healthy. That's what you want to see, a healthy Hicks, being that table setter, finding a way to get on base and create some traffic for the Yankees big boys coming up.
There's Aaron Judge. He walked in the first inning. That one's driven deep to center field, but the wind just knocked that baby down, and McKenna makes the play. Hicks heads back to first. Might have been a little bit more toward the end of the bat, but looked like he got it. The wind just knocked it down.
Yeah, I couldn't quite tell if he cut it off the end or not. I think you're right, Michael. Let's see. Yeah, towards the end, right off the barrel, just a tag. It's a good pass by Judge. Just a tick out front. It's a good overhead view of that right there. Again, firm from side. That's a beautiful position to be in, just a tad out front.
Here's Donaldson.
But I like what I'm seeing out of the Yankees hitters. A lot more balls driven to the middle of the field. A lot of balls are hit hard when the approach is that way.
Oh, and 1.
You know, before all the shifting, I used to have a hitting coach, Alonzo Powell, used to say, balls up the middle fix every situation. It's not so much anymore. You know, you used to get a guy over, get a guy in, and get you a hit also. But now you got a guy standing right behind the bag, so it's a little bit tougher nowadays. See Zimmerman with the snap pick, trying to keep Hicks honest at first. Saw Hicks try to steal second last night and turn into a walk, but we'd like to see him attempt that a little bit more this season.
1-1. Zimmerman is a local kid, 27 years old, from Ellicott City, Maryland. Grew up an Orioles fan. And the local kid started the Orioles home opener to mark the 30th anniversary of Camden Yards and pitched 4 shutout innings against Milwaukee. And a chant of Bruce came down from the crowd. And he said it was better than he could have ever imagined.
It's nothing like being a hometown kid. He grew up an Orioles fan, and being able to come back here and pitch in this ballpark, I'm sure it was something special, having his friends and family in attendance. There's nothing like that. That's what you dream about as a young kid, wanting to be a professional baseball player one day. So happy he was able to have that experience.
So far, we have yet to see a home run to the new left field, but nothing even close, nothing that would have gone out before they moved the fence back. But I asked Aaron Boone today, I said, how different is it? He said, it's enormous out there. He said, it's way bigger than Yankee Stadium. So I did some sniffing around, Cameron, because it just doesn't make sense why they would do it. And I found out that the Orioles are a heavily analytic team. Their GM is Mike Elias, who came out of the Astros organization. And they do a lot with the numbers, and they just figured that they were not going to be able to get free agent pitchers to pitch here with the ballpark the way it was. As Donaldson could not hold up and swings through 2-away. And I kind of like chuckle at that. When you have the lowest payroll in baseball, you can play in the Grand Canyon. You're not going to get pitchers to come here.
The $30 million payroll
Yes.
still. I mean, there are guys in the league making more than that. So, and again, what it does from an offensive standpoint, Michael, is as a hitter, what kind of hitter am I? When you had that fair park before, it makes you come up here and you shouldn't try to do too much. But now, am I a line drive hitter? Am I a home run hitter? I talked to Brandon Hyde, and it kind of puts guys in between. It can get in your head a little bit, and like you said, we haven't seen much action over there, so I don't even know if guys are just trying to stay away from left field and trying to stay in the middle and wait for the summertime to come around, because the ball still flies out of here during the summertime. So I'm interested to see how that works.
Take a look at the wall on StatCast 3D by Google Cloud. So that were the dimensions in 2021, and then you can see behind that now is what it is today. 398 in left center field. And I guess the plan is that when their young players start coming up through the system like Adley Rushman, that when they do bump up the payroll, hopefully they do, they'll try to spend it on pitching, and they feel the best way to do that is have a ballpark that benefits the pitching.
Well, it's all about the analytics nowadays, so the real feel and the eye test is slowly starting to disappear from the game, it seems like.
Swing and a miss. Zimmerman matching zeros with Nestor Cortez Jr. Yankees strand 1 will be at the bottom of the 3rd.
Take a look at Nasty Nestor's 5 punches so far. Again, Nestor doing what he does, working the quadrants, cut her up. Here he is right here. Again, cut her in. Missed a little bit, but again, the backdoor cutter right there. Nasty as can be. Got Chris Owens looking on his backdoor slider. Nestor confidence, and then he's mentioned his arm angles up and his timing and painting. He's not just a pitcher, he's an artist. Hialeah's finest out here, confident and under control right now.
Mateo, 1-0. Now it's 1-1.
So refreshing to watch a guy come out and actually know what he's doing out there, pitch. You know, so many good arms nowadays.
1-2.
So many electric throwers that don't know where the ball is going. It's nice to see guys with command still.
Lined into center field, and Hicks will play it on high. Mateo with a leadoff single. Now he's a threat to go.
It's a nice piece of Mateo using that top hand to stay on top of that fastball up. Look at this right here. Top hand down and through the baseball. Not with that, the new launch angle, the new swinging up. Only way you can get on top of that ball is using that top hand and back shoulder. So that's a beautiful swing by Mateo right there. And as you said, he is a threat to go. Orioles consider him maybe the fastest guy in this whole organization. So we know he's definitely going to be looking for opportunity to run.
Cortez with a good move to first. And Hayes jumps on the first pitch and lofts it to right field. Long run for Judge, and it's a foul ball. Can't get there. Would you agree, Cam, that started out fair?
100%. I'm looking at the flags right now, and they're swirling all over the place. But that ball from up here definitely just kept going away from Aaron. It was trying to get to the stands, actually. It started out looking like it was going to be right on top of AJ, and it just kept going away from him. And that wind, like we said, the elements have been in effect this whole series. That gives Austin Hayes, who's been swinging a pretty good bat this series, another opportunity.
Hayes loops one to center field. Hicks is there to put it away for the first out. That brings out Ryan Mountcastle. Mountcastle singled to right center in the first inning. And there's a strike. Fouled away. The lights are on at Camden Yards, but it's a bright day here in Baltimore. Now they also had to change the lighting when they moved the wall back in left field. They had to illuminate that part of the field because obviously you don't have the fans lit, and that's where the fans were sitting for all these years. So now that the field of play is a lot more than it used to be, they had to tilt the lights in various parts of the ballpark, so that part of the yard is illuminated.
And you can just look out there and see just how deep the Castro looks. I mean, it's so different coming here and feeling like the left fielder's so far away from you when he's been so close in the previous years. It is definitely something that I think even the home left fielder is going to have to get used to. And Austin Hayes, he spoke about that earlier, is treating it as if he's an away outfielder every day, trying to come in and get work off that wall to see what type of caroms it creates and issues that it might create being new for those guys.
The 0-2. Missed outside, 1-2. 5 strikeouts, 1 walk for Cortez. He's allowed 2 hits, over 2 1/3. Yankees and the Orioles, 0-0.
Pretty good job of holding Mateo right now. I know he's getting antsy over there, wanting to go. Sprint speed 30.4 feet per second, 5th best in the MLB. So like we said, Jorge Mateo can really go, and when you can run like that, you're looking to make something happen on the bases.
I think Cortez doesn't just keep the batters off balance. I think he keeps the runners off balance too. They don't know when he's going over to first. He changes how quick he goes to the plate. Frustrating to try to steal on him.
And you can see Mateo with that slight lean. And as a base stealer, that's what you want to do. You can't be afraid to get picked off. But as you see from a lefty, he takes that first step back with his left foot and lets you know he's not really going anywhere right now.
Now you'd think he'd go on 3-2 with 1 out.
3-2, his speed, probably see some action. Now, will it be first move? I don't think so. I think it's one of those things where the first base coach is telling him, make sure he goes home. But with his speed, he still could have an opportunity to get there. So you don't want to get picked off right here, but definitely look for some action right now.
Not a huge lead. And he was heading back as that one skied to right field. That'll make the seats. He still has not read Cortez because he was definitely heading back.
He cannot get a feel right now. And again, that's an outstanding job by Nestor. You know, he's a guy who usually works quick, but you have to be able to hold runners. And he's doing an outstanding job of that right now. And that frustrates you as a base runner when you just can't get a read off a guy and you know you want to make something happen for your team. Baltimore also struggling to put runs on the board, so frustrating for Mateo.
Tipped into the glove by Mountcastle. Strikeout number 6 for Cortez.
Beautiful slider. Mountcastle just swinging through that pitch. Probably not Nestor's best one, but again, he does such a good job of mixing up speed and mixing his times up to home plate that it messes with the hitter's timing, and timing is everything when you're up there at that plate.
4 outfielders the Yankees have for Mancini. Saw a lot of that in the Yankees-Blue Jays series. Both teams employed 4 outfielders a lot, and it worked at least 3 times.
A lot of that with Rizzo during that series as well, huh?
Yep. And Gallo. Both not playing today. Available off the bench, 1-0 to Mancini. Way high, 2-0. The 4th outfielder is Gleyber Torres, so the whole right side of the infield is open. So Gleyber is playing close to the line and left.
It's funny, you know, as Gleyber thinking, do I bring an outfield glove out here or what? That's a small glove out there to be playing left field with.
3-0 on Mancini. Santander is on deck. Bottom of the 3rd inning, 0-0. There's a strike.
And you said it earlier, One thing about Nestor when he falls behind is he's not going to give in. He has a lot of confidence with each one of his pitches that he can throw for a strike and locate it well without giving up something big.
Well, now Mateo will definitely go 3-2 and 2 outs. Kind of stayed anchored there and didn't do much for the Orioles at all.
We'll see if DJ plays behind him. We'll give him a modified hold, a little modified hold there at first, just to try to hold Mateo for a tick longer.
Three-two. Another strikeout tipped into the glove of Higashioka. 7 strikeouts in 3 innings for Cortez. And the Orioles, they strand one. Well, time for trivia. Since 1960, 3 players that stole 100 or more bases with the Orioles also played for the Yankees. Who are they? Now, that's 100-plus bases, not in a season, right?
It's a lot of bags.
That's career. Okay. All right. I'll be able to get a couple. Nestor Cortez has had 7 strikeouts in 3 innings. Audi scoreboard, 0-0. As DJ LeMahieu will start it off here in the 4th inning. Strike. LeMahieu single to right in the 2nd.
Zimmerman also doing a good job of getting ahead with strike 1 today also. Looking like another pitcher's duel in Camden Yards.
Another base hit. Cameron, I don't know. He looks like a different player than last year.
He's healthy. He's healthy, and I know we live in a world of writing people off, but this is a guy that I will never, ever, ever doubt. When he's healthy, this is what he does. You can see him in his legs, using his body, using his arm, and just taking what you give him. I don't know why you would ever ship DJ LeMahieu. This guy is one of the best pure hitters in the game, and he showed you what he can do when he's healthy.
So here's Gleyber Torres, popped to second, and he bunts. Back to Zimmerman. 1 away. And does that speak volumes about how much he's struggling?
We talked about it, and you can see the frustration from Gleyber right there. You know, it's bunting that ball a little bit back to the pitcher, but again, when it's something that you're not used to doing, it's not easy to do, and you do things like that when you're struggling a little bit. But again, it's a great job by getting the runner over and giving Higgy opportunity to to drive this first run in of the ball game. So that will go down as a sacrifice.
I can almost assure you he did that on his own. You are not sacrifice bunting with the bottom third of the order coming up, and the bottom third today is Higashioka, Kiner-Falefa, and LeCastro. It just doesn't make sense. In a ballpark that he has dominated, the Yankees want Gleyber Torres to swing away.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to allude to, is especially a park where he's just had so much success. We talk about 8 homers in his career. You know, Gleyber's, he's definitely not feeling like himself right now. But again, I appreciate him for trying something different. But you're right, Michael. That definitely is on his own. I highly doubt that Booney put on the bunt for him right there. But you just got to stay diligent and keep going, keep pushing.
No chance against the wind. That'll make the seats. Kiner-Falefa is on deck.
Talk about how well Trevino's playing, but one thing about Higgy is he's going to show up and post every day. This guy's as steady as they come as far as his emotion goes. He's never going to get too high or too low.
Grounded throw for a base hit. LeMahieu went back to second, not thinking he was going to go through, so he just advances to third. A base hit for Higashioka, his 3rd hit of the year.
And that's nice to see Higgy hit something hard, find a hole. That's a nice piece of hitting. DJ, slight slip at second. He had to read it. He had to read it for a second. Watch DJ read, take a step back. Slight slip, but that's what you do. When that ball's in front of you, you got to read it to make sure they don't make that play and come up and throw behind you to second base. But nice piece of hitting by Higgy. I know that feels good for him, and it feels good to see the Yankees bottom of the lineup get some things going. Kiner-Falefa up, and he's been swinging a pretty good bat the last few days.
He walked in the 2nd inning. 1st and 3rd, 1 man out. And a bunt, safety squeeze. Fires to 3rd, and hustling back is LeMahieu. I don't know if I've seen this much bunting in the last couple of years.
Listen, this is beautiful for me. You know, I was a speed guy. I was a guy who took pride in putting the ball in play and making something happen. And again, this is one of the complaints that's went on with the Yankees, is waiting for the homer. So why not try to create some runs in a different type of way instead of waiting around for that long ball? And again, that's his game. We talk about starring in your role. You know, he's not a guy who's going to hit 30 homers for the Yankees, but he's a guy who can also create some havoc, score some runs, and turn that line over, that lineup over for the Yankees.
The 0-1. 0-2. Nice catch by a fan. Got 2 red lights in the outfield, and our scouting report says that you can run on Mancini. Only his 2nd game in the outfield since 2019. LeMahieu leads off 3rd. Higashioka off 1st. An 0-2 count on the Yankee shortstop. One and 2.
That's a good block by your veteran catcher right there. He's done that quite a bit in his career. Look at him. Square his body up. Soft hands. Keep that ball right there in front of him. That's textbook right there. Let's see if Kiner can capitalize with this run on 3rd.
Just got a piece to stay alive.
And I think this part of the lineup is where the Yankees, I feel like, could really take off if they can start getting some production from the bottom.
Ground ball to third. Let's see if they turn two. There's one on to first. It's a double play. 5-4-3 around the horn as Zimmerman works out of trouble. No runs, 2 hits. 1 man left. All right, time for the answer to the trivia question. Since 1960, 3 players that stole 100 or more bases with the Orioles also play for the Yankees. Who are they? So I think Paul Blair, Brian Roberts. I'm not sure if Don Baylor stole 100 or more. Whoa, wow.
That's pretty good, my friend.
Yeah, wow.
That is pretty good.
I wasn't sure about Baylor.
Brian Roberts was the only person I could think about, but Don Baylor, do it. 118, big groove.
There's a strike to Santander. Fouled straight back here. Paul sporting both uniforms. Don Baylor.
Nestor 0-2 already. Again, love how fast he works, never allowing the hitters to get too comfortable up there.
Strikeout number 8 for Cortez.
I mean, and watch this swing right here. You can just see how well he mixes his stuff up. 91 miles per hour fastball, and it plays up like it's 95, 96 miles per hour. Just absolute Louisiana bayou ball. Nothing Santander can do about that. And Nestor just completely in his bag right now. 305 strutting around, feeling good. It's what you want out of your starting pitcher heading into an off day.
McKenna swings and misses.
I mean, Nestor has what, 1 walk in his last 8 innings?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's what you want to see out of your starting pitcher. Just attacking guys. No fear of getting hit. Like I said, hitting is so much about being comfortable and being on time, and he never really allows you to get comfortable or be on time, and he's so effective pitching to each quadrant of the zone.
Strike 3. 9 strikeouts for Cortez. 4 in a row.
Nestor Cortez on his Mark Burley pace right now, just pounding the zone, locking guys up. Oh, it's just so fun to watch Nestor. Painting, changing speeds. Give you just a little normal windup, something normal and out of the bag, and I can get you out with that too. So Nestor doing it all out here today.
Here's Chirinos. Lots of swings and misses against Cortez. 0-1. He's feeling it right now.
I mean, he is feeling that. Cutter is like a la young David Price. I mean, there's nothing you can do with that pitch. It looks like a fastball off the plate, and there's nothing you do with it. I've had times where I'm looking for that pitch and you can't pull the trigger because it's just so well located, and he's putting that in the absolute perfect spot, perfect location. See if he goes with the heater or doubles up with that backdoor slider or cutter.
Swing and a miss. He struck out the side again. 10 strikeouts in 4 innings. Cortez absolutely dominating. Santander first. McKenna down looking. Chirinos picks up a K. We go to the 5th. On the majors, Justin Verlander dealing 8 innings, 3 hits, 8 strikeouts, didn't walk a batter. He's come back strong from Tommy John surgery. Nolan Arenado has gotten off to a great start. Look at the OPS, 1.538, first 7 games. And Noah Syndergaard, Angels took a flyer on him, 1-year deal, 2-0, 1.59. And the opponent's OPS, 433. And this is what Noah Syndergaard is when he's healthy, so great pickup by the Angels.
Good to see him and Justin Verlander back healthy. 2 pitchers we really need in our game, and it's good to see them back doing what they do well.
But Castro shows bunt, takes a strike.
Nestor out here dealing, pitching his butt off, so it'd be nice for the Yankees to scratch this inning. See if Tim Castro can get something going at the bottom of the order.
0-2. A hero's welcome of Cortez when he got to the dugout. The teammates loved it because this is not your typical dominant pitching performance because he doesn't throw 100 miles an hour. Swing and a miss. LaCastro down on strikes.
And there's that changeup again that he's had so much success with. LaCastro not able to pick it up and way out in front of that pitch right there. He's had some success today with that one. We talked about Zimmerman picking up 6 strikeouts his last outing against the Brewers on that changeup. Today he's got 5. So that's an extremely effective pitch for him today.
Well, he knows he has to keep his game sharp because he sees the way Cortez is pitching, and getting into the Yankee bullpen is no day at the beach either. That's been a strong point around baseball, so might not be that many runs for Zimmerman. 4 innings, just 2 hits, 1 walk, and an amazing 10 strikeouts. So 10 of the 12 outs that he's recorded, he's gotten strikeouts. And his pitch count in good shape.
Done it in 63 pitches.
1-1.
Watching Zimmerman throw, he's a guy that you really have to sell out on the middle of the field approach because his changeup is so good. If you're looking to hit the ball to left field at all, you're going to swing through it and pull off the ball.
The 1-2. Base hit, right field.
And that's that approach. That's a beautiful approach. A beautiful swing by Aaron Hicks. And another great at-bat out of that leadoff spot. Making the guy throw pitches, going up. Watch him go up and get that ball. Again, top hand, back shoulder. Get that foot down on time and stay behind that baseball and take it the other way. Take what they give you. Another outstanding job by Aaron Hicks. Again, palm up, palm down. That is beautiful. Stiff front leg. Another hard hit ball by Aaron Hicks today and another great at bat.
Yep, he's 9 for 26, so gotten off to a nice start. Here's Judge as he fouls it away.
I said it before. In his career, when healthy, Aaron Hicks is an on-base percentage machine. I mean, all he does is see a lot of pitches, draws walks, and he gets on base. And he also got some damage that hadn't came out yet either. But this is what you want out of your leadoff spot.
By the way, you want to put a cherry on top of the Nestor Cortez Sunday? That was an immaculate inning he just had.
That's what all the hype was for right there. That was amazing.
9 pitches, 9 strikes, 3 strikeouts, an immaculate inning.
I mean, that is really impressive when you're talking about a guy who really is under the hitting speed nowadays. It's the mustache for me.
Think that's it?
It's that stash. You got to have some confidence to pull off a stash like that, my friend.
He keeps pitching like that. Every pitcher's going to have that.
Right now, Nestor is arguably the Yankees' best pitcher right now. I mean, going out, eating up innings, pounding the strike zone. Really picking up right where he left off from last season. keeps this up, soon everybody in Hialeah will be sporting that mustache down there in the 305.
Two. Foul back to the screen.
See AJ right there. He know that's his pitch. That's one that got away. That's a ball that he doesn't miss much. That's a ball that usually is put in play when he's up there, and you can see it on his face. I mean, just a tick late. Good pass, and you could just see the look on his face. He knew he missed that pitch. See if Zimmerman goes to that changeup that he had so much success with this game.
Swing and a miss. Now, so Nestor has the immaculate inning. There's the 9th pitch, 9th strike. And then Higashioka threw the ball in the stands. And the entire team knew what was going on, and they
were giving
jumped all over. But they traded one ball for the immaculate inning ball. So
yeah, give me a Garrett Cole sign ball for the immaculate inning ball. There you go, Garrett. That's a good teammate right there. Higgy got crushed for that one. He'll hear about that one the rest of the day.
They were shouting shame at him.
Look at everybody like, what are you doing, man? Are you that locked in? You don't know what just happened? Look at Garrett Cole. Shame. That is good stuff.
Line drive and caught by Mateo to take a base hit away Donaldson. No runs a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. 4.5 in the books. We're halfway through. Come out to the Yankee Stadium on Friday, April 22nd when the Yankees host the Cleveland Guardians for a great promotional giveaway. It's Yankees lightweight hoodie night, and the first 18,000 guests in attendance receive a Yankees lightweight hoodie courtesy of Ford. You don't want to miss this great giveaway, so get your tickets today at Yankees.com/tickets. So Nestor Cortez, 21 pitches in the first, 13 in the second, 20 in the third, and 9 in the fourth.
And right back at it with strike one.
So the Yankees have had 3 immaculate innings in the last 2 seasons, 6 previously on record in team history. And the first one was Al Downing back in 1967 against Cleveland in Cleveland. So it's Downing, Ron Guidry, A.J. Burnett, Ivan Nova, Brandon McCarthy, Dellin Betances, Michael King, Chad Green, both King and Green last year, and Nestor Cortez in the 4th inning. He's retired 5 in a row on strikeouts. And there's a ball finally. 1-2.
Just missed, too, with that pitch. Dropping down, giving Chris Owings a different look after going 0-2 quick. Nestor right back on the mound, ready to go.
Strike 3. 6 strikeouts in a row. 11 on the game.
And that backdoor, I mean, look at that backdoor slider. I mean, it starts so far off the plate that you give up with it immediately. Your eyes tell you out of the hand. Your eyes tell you that ball's out. That ball's off the plate, and you give up on it. And before you know it, it's like slow motion. That ball's coming right back over the outer edge for strike 3. So another great spot, great pitch for nasty Nestor Cortez.
That ties his career high of 11 strikeouts in a game. He did that against the Orioles right here on this mound, September 15th of last year. Just 1 out into the 5th inning. Two and 0.
You know, when you're facing your former team, whether you're a pitcher or hitter, there's always something in you that wants to show them what they were missing out on, what they let go, and Nestor's doing just that.
4 games with the Orioles in 2018, 4 innings pitched, 4 2/3, 10 hits, 4 runs, then designated for assignment and returned to the Yankees.
And again, he's a constant example of a guy who just continues to work, continue to not give up on himself, and figure out what kind of pitcher he is.
3-2.
And that's a big part of it. You know, it's a lot of times we try to emulate guys that we enjoy watching, but the biggest thing is finding out who you are and starring in that role. And that's what Nestor is doing right now. He's starring in his role, and that's being himself. And that's a big thing, a big part of being successful in this game.
So he has 6 strikeouts in a row and a 3-2 count now on Gutierrez. Fouled away.
And even that pitch right there, 90 miles per hour, out of the zone. You get those swings when you're pounding the zone constantly. You're constantly coming right at guys. Guys are constantly 0-2. You get those swings.
They finally put one in play, but a beautiful play by Donaldson for the second out.
Donaldson, he does this in his sleep. We've seen DJ LeMahieu make some spectacular plays this series, but here's Josh Donaldson. Bring your range, swinging the bat well, and bringing some leather to the park as well. Absolute cannon across the diamond, still throws the ball exceptionally well. Love watching JD make plays at third base.
Here's Mateo. He has one of the 2 Oriole hits, single to center field to lead off the 3rd.
And I'm watching, Nestor seems like a pitcher who loves the pitch count. I mean, he doesn't have to wait for a sign. He can get it and he can go. I mean, if you notice, he's a guy who, he doesn't shake much. You put it down, I'm going to throw it, I'm going to trust you. So, says a lot about the trust he has with Higgy behind the plate as well.
Boy, we were joking before the game that Cameron said maybe he'll give us a Burley performance. He has been amazing, working quickly.
I mean, this is definitely Burley-esque. Some of the most uncomfortable at-bats I had in my career were against Mark Burley. I was just never ready. He was always on the mound, ready to go. He would even at times start his delivery before the catcher even put the sign down. Nestor with an immaculate inning. Just found
Chad Green heating up. Cortez at the 80 pitch mark. The 2-2. Foul ball.
Just able to hang on there. Nestor with an immaculate inning. Just found
Chad Green heating up. Cortez at the 80 pitch mark. The 2-2. Foul ball.
just able to hang on there. Nestor with an immaculate inning. Just found
Chad Green heating up. Cortez at the 80 pitch mark. The 2-2. Foul ball.
Just able to hang on there. Nestor with an immaculate inning. Just found